So today we are doing 3-5 constant of proportionality. That's kind of a fancy way for saying a constant rate, okay? So we have the definition of constant of proportionality, right? We are just going to have, say, constant rate. Ooh, let's take that back. Constant rate between two quantities. So what that really means is that if you go to the movies and you pay $12 to get into the movies, so does the person behind you. That's a constant rate, right? It never changes. Okay, rate of change, same idea. For every input increased, the output is changed consistently. There is a little fly flying around there. Right? Slope is the change in output compared to your change in input. And we will do a lot with slope next semester. So, but constant of proportionality, rate of change, slope are all exactly the same thing. Exactly. And you guys have actually already been doing this with the ratio tables and all of that. So it's all very similar. So because proportions can be shown either with a picture or with an equation or with a table, those are also ways that you can check for constant of proportionality. Okay, so we've done things where you've got, right, so let's use, always use working it in and out. Okay, so here's your hours that you work and here's the money that you make. And I think now in and out pays $13 or $14 an hour. Okay, something like that. So if you work no hours, okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you, and let's do this by tens. Okay. And so let's say that you are making, I think it's $14 an hour now. Okay. So if you work no hours, you are going to make, oops, no money, right? But if you work 1 hour, you're going to make $14. If you work 2 hours, you're going to make $28. If you work 3 hours, you're going to make $42, right? That is a consistent line. Sorry, my line's kind of squiggly, right? It's a straight line and it's going to go up at the same angle the whole time. So if you're given a picture, let's say I have, let's make it easy. Let's say I have this line. Okay. So I can see that for 3 hours, I made $30, right? Well, 30 divided by 3 is 10. If I go here, I made $20 in 2 hours, so that's also 10. So our constant of proportionality for that blue line is $10 per hour. That's our rate, okay? If you have constant of proportionality from an equation, right? You're looking at equations that look like this. So for constant of proportionality, sometimes they use the letter K. Then when we get into slope-intercept form, they use the letter M. It's all kind of confusing. You just need to remember that it's whatever number is in front of the X, because X is your input. So on this, up with our paycheck, right? Whatever's on the x-axis, that's what changes. You can work 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, but you're only going to make as much money as that allows, because your pay is based on how many hours you work, right? You can't work 1 hour and make $50 because your rate of pay is $14 an hour, not $50 an hour. Okay, so when you're looking at them from an equation, it's really easy. You're just going to look at the number that is being multiplied by whatever you're going to put in for x. Okay, that can be also shown different ways. So let's go back to our equivalent fractions. So if I want you to tell me an equation that has a constant of proportionality equal to 2, so a C of P equal to 2, okay, that could be y equals 10/5 x, because 10 over 5 equals 2. That could be y equals 2x. That could be y equals 2 over 1x. All of those would have a constant of proportionality of 2. Okay? The last way you're going to look at constant of proportionality is in tables. These are exactly like your ratio tables that we've been doing. Nothing different. Okay? So, and these tables can be horizontal or vertical. Doesn't matter. I'll do it both ways. So let's say that you have, no, not that. Let's see. 2, 3, 5, 10. Okay, and you have and we're trying to figure out what the constant of proportionality is. Okay, so we're just trying to find the rate. All you're asking yourself is, how much is this increasing? Every time I increase 1, how much is that increasing? So every time I increase by 1 on my input, this is your x, this is your y, what is my output increasing? So this is going up by 1, that's going up by 3. So 3 divided by 1 is 3. The other way you can do that is just divide your output divided by your input. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. So the constant of proportionality for that equation would just be a 3. Let me make you a vertical table so you can see that they're the same things, just laid out a little bit differently. And let's see, if we have, this would be what your con skill would look like actually. So let's say you have 8, 16, and 32, and you have 2, 4, and 8. Now, common mistake is everybody wants to always try to divide the bigger number by the smaller number, but remember, you're always dividing y divided by x to find your rate, okay? So in this case, our y is 2 and our x is 8. So that is 2 over 8, which reduces to 1 over 4, okay? 4 divided by 16, that also reduces to 1 over 4, and 8 divided by 32, which also reduces to 1 over 4. Biggest thing for you to remember is that your constant of proportionality is exactly that. It's constant, okay? Has to be the same for that whole table. That's it. Thanks.